Good morning, Kilkenny. My name is Richie Jones, and welcome to the third annual Data and AI Conference. I am delighted to open today's session and welcome you all here. It is 196 days since we were last in Kilkenny, and it has been some 6.5 months. 6.5 months ago, Bedrock was only just being released. In fact, it went GA the day after our conference. Since then, we've had models, an explosion of models from Anthropic, Mistral, Amazon ourselves, all come onto the platform. We have over 10,000 customers now using Bedrock. As well as that, we've had significant improvements or significant advancements in our data foundation to help you accelerate business value across the cloud. It may seem like AI has exploded and generative AI has exploded, but here at Amazon, we've been doing it since the late 1990s. AI and ML has been part of Amazon.com and how you've shopped, how we've delivered, how we fulfilled orders since the 1990s. Back in 2012, we released Alexa, your home assistant, so to help you with cooking timers, help you order toilet paper, things like that, or in my case, play the Bluey theme tune at home multiple times. In 2017, we released SageMaker, democratizing AI and ML across the globe, and there's over 100,000 customers now using SageMaker to help deliver business value across organizations. Today is all about three things for me. One, engage. We have some amazing set of leaders, people talking today. We have all the way from general managers of some of our most crucial services across the company, all the way through to solution architects to help you deliver the changes that you want to do in your organization. So engage, lean in, go to as many talks, meet as many people as possible, make as many connections as you can. Second thing, educate yourselves. I've probably spent, I don't know how much over the last couple of months trying to learn and engage and understand what is generative AI and how it's going to deliver value back to our customers. And the last part, please get excited. This is an extremely exciting time. The value that we can now deliver back to customers across the world is just unbelievable, and it really is exciting to be part of. With that, I'm going to hand over to David, who is going to give you some information about how today is going to run.
Thanks, Rich. So my name is David McAvinue, and I'm an account manager at AWS working with software companies in Ireland. And I also happen to be one of the organizers of this event. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of context on why this is happening and what to expect during the day. So this really came about in 2022. As we come out of the pandemic, I think this was the first event, one of the first events that we'd done, and it was really becoming apparent at that stage. People just really needed to kind of reconnect. Community, all that kind of stuff is really important. And also, some of the most interesting scenarios we see with our customers is in the data domain. So how customers, on the cloud, much less constraints. You can do things at a much larger scale, things that weren't possible previously. So some of the most interesting things we see our customers do, new products, new services, new capabilities. It seemed like there was an opportunity, to get together, to hear from our customers, on their successes, on their lessons learned, and really for the data community to convene. And that event happened in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, 2022, and Cork is not convenient for a lot of people. So 2 years on, we're in Kilkenny, and I think it's a reflection of the impact that our customers, and attendees and the team at AWS in UK and Ireland and globally, of what we put together, that the registrations for this year are almost 10 times what they were 2 years ago. Okay, so we're expecting it's going to could get quite busy. There's probably people still on the way here, I guess another point to mention, ML, hugely impactful at the moment. There's an awful lot happening in that space. We were delighted to be joined by a panel, some of our most interesting customers. You're going to hear from them on how they're approaching this, and I think you're going to be some really interesting stuff happening this year. So really essential sessions today from our customers. As Rich has mentioned, we've got a couple of general managers and people from the US, from Switzerland, from Belgium. They're all here today, and we'd encourage you really just get to know, spend some time with people, and get to know them. So a little bit of housekeeping. It could get quite full. The fire exits are on either side of us here. Toilets are outside. Our sponsors today are Nearform, Slalom, Software One, and automate IT. They make this possible. Please, spend a bit of time, get to know them. Get to know your other attendees as well. So everybody here, we're all interested in this, so let's just get to know each other, have a good time. And I would say it could get busy outside later on, so we do have the hotel at our disposal. There are spaces throughout the hotel where if it gets too full outside during the break, please feel free to move through the hotel. So with that, I'd like to introduce the General Manager of AWS Ireland and Northern Ireland, Mark Dunleavy.
Man, David, thanks a million. Thank you for coming. We don't take for granted the fact that you're so interested in our company. We're very proud to work for AWS. Some people don't know who AWS is. You clearly do, and we really appreciate the effort you made to come down here today. Just on David, some people ask us, how does Amazon innovate? How do we move so quickly despite our size? I mean, when I joined the company in 2019, I was just under employee number 800,000. Within 2 years, I had 1.5 million colleagues. How do you scale? How do you do that? How do you innovate? And David just gave us an example where he had an idea. We don't do AI and data conferences at all, anywhere in the world. I got an idea. I'm a proud Cork man. Why don't I run a gig down in Cork? He ran it. It was a huge success. So that was the template, and then he built out his V team. We ran it successfully here last year as well, and here we are today. So I'm sure your ambition, David, is to fill Porky Queeve with an AI and data conference in due course. But it gives you an idea of how we work as a company. It doesn't take many people and too much bureaucracy to come up with an idea. Indeed, many of the services you're using today came from the Davids of the team, where they just came up with an idea and got on with it. So that's just an example of AWS working, and well done, David. Very proud of that. AWS Ireland, Northern Ireland, so where are we at? So we continue to invest in the island of Ireland heavily. We're putting in over $1 billion a year. Since 2012, it's well north of 11 billion. We employ directly or indirectly over 10,000 people here in Ireland. So in terms of investments, we're investing in people, we're investing in infrastructure, we're investing in the services that you use throughout the kind of the AWS range. So in terms of people, obviously, there are a lot of people working in our data centers. There are people working in the services that you use. So the whole range of services, not just with AWS, but also in Amazon and Amazon Prime. And of course, generative AI. So I know the Gen AI team are here today. So I know they're delighted to get out of the office and come down and meet some customers. So hopefully you'll keep them busy today with some questions. They'll be outside later on. In terms of investment as well, sustainability is very important for us. So the government itself has recognized us as the most committed company, data center company in Ireland to sustainability. And what does that mean? Wind farms. So Cork is up and running. That's powering our data centers. Galway is soon to be up and running, and Donegal later this year. So within AWS Ireland and within Amazon Ireland, we will only be using renewable energies by the end of next year. That's an Irish commitment and something we're very proud of, but it's actually a global commitment. So throughout the AWS and Amazon group globally, we'll only be using renewables by the end of next year. In terms of water, Ireland is well known as a data center site, primarily because of our climate. So for 95% of the year, we do not need to use water to cool our data centers, given the way we've constructed and architected them. And for that 5% of the year where we are using water, most of that's actually coming off the roofs of the data centers themselves, because we harvest the water and use it within our data centers. And in fact, our plan is to be a net contributor to the water network. In terms of community, we continue to invest in Get IT. So I have a lot of colleagues here who are what we call Get IT ambassadors. And that's a really cool program where we go out into the community, we go to secondary schools, and we work with students to show them what IT in the cloud is all about. Indeed, we've had winners from County Kilkenny for the last couple of years, so we have a very proud Kilkenny woman, Claire, I'm sure she's somewhere here. She's been the Get IT ambassador to a team down in Callan. We've had winners out of Limerick, we've had winners out of Northern Ireland as well, and that's hopefully our opportunity to invest in the next Collison brothers or Collison sisters to develop the next Stripe out of Ireland and many other companies as well. Restart is a program we also invest in. As the name implies, it's a program that gives people an opportunity to restart their careers in IT. So we actually have programs that run out of Dublin and Belfast, and with 100% employment rate at the end of those programs. We work with the universities as well. We work with the universities in terms of cloud courses, but also technical courses for people to be data center technicians. So we continue to invest. One of the really cool things we've done of late is we've launched the Inspire grant. So the Inspire grant is a specific grant targeting not-for-profit organizations here in Ireland to help them move to the cloud, to help them innovate. And you know, for them, it's also the opportunity to get into this wonderful topic called Gen AI. So certainly from an Irish perspective, Gen AI, of course, it hit the news in a big way at the end of 2022 into 2023. And from an AWS perspective, we've seen, as Richie was saying, a massive acceleration. So a lot of companies were playing around and prototyping what use case is going to be applicable for my business, what's going to help my customers, et cetera, at the back end of last year. Since the start of this year, we've just seen so many of them go into production. Some of them will be featured here today, and you know, really, I can only imagine what I'd be saying about the Gen AI space in Ireland this time next year. So a lot to look forward to there, and yeah, I won't stop you. I'll get the day going. So back to you, Richie.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, David. With that, I'd like to welcome our first set of speakers up onto the stage. General Manager of Emerging Databases, Barry Morris, and CEO of Ryanair, Eddie Wilson. Thank you.